Cook is doubled up as he caught him in the midsection. It is Snake Roberts driving a knee, and Charlie Cook in trouble. Charlie Cook at 245 pounds, out of Grambling College. With the Pittsburgh Steelers for 9 years, and Jake the Snake Roberts. A double tough individual, and believe you me, these two men have been going after it hammer and tong. Charlie Cook, victim of a high hip toss that time by Snake Roberts, and Roberts closes in on him once again. Referee Bill Alfonso watching him carefully. And it's Roberts connecting with a hard right hand. And it is Roberts now. Just a few moments remaining, and it's Snake Roberts tripped up as he came off. He tripped up. Charlie Cook caught him. A beautiful flying shoulder block. A beautiful flying shoulder block by Charlie Cook. And Charlie Cook scores the pinfall. Charlie Cook scores the pinfall in this opening match. Greetings, everyone. Greetings, everyone. This is Gordon Soley at ringside as the NWA video crew has been traveling the entire length and breadth of the United States. Tonight, we're in a jam-packed armory in Tampa, Florida, the home of the Tampa Bay Bucks, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and now of the USF Football League, the Tampa Bay Bandits, and for over 40 years, the home of championship wrestling, sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. Tonight, two great championships in line, the Global Tag Team Championship and the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Ric Flair in an international match going up against Scott McGee from Scotland. To my right, of course, the lovely Barbara Clary. And Barbara, your Take 5 tonight concerns a man who has really captured the hearts of people.
Certainly is. We have a very significant statement from the Midnight Rider concerning the world title and his career.
And all of that is upcoming with a lot of great action here in front of thousands and thousands of people. Buddy Colt, my cohort here, will be lending his expertise to the matches, and a lot of great competitors.
Absolutely, Gordon. There's the Super D and the Superstar on the card tonight. Both of these men I have met in my travels throughout the world during my wrestling career, and let me tell you, they are both great, fantastic competitors. Both of these men know no pain, they know nothing but win. And also, when you have two championship matches right here one night, a world title match with Ric Flair and Scott McGee. This is just one night to remember. This is a night I can just feel the excitement in the air.
And there's no question about the fact that, as we've said all the way along, some great action upcoming. One thing we're going to do right now is we're going to travel to Atlanta, Georgia, and we're going to take a look at the Super Destroyer and the Superstar in action. And before we go, I'd like to remind you only 4 more days remaining for the suspension of Dusty Rhodes. Mike Graham has been injured. We'll bring you more information on that later. But right now, let's go to Atlanta. You'll be hearing the voice of Vic Murdoch along with me. Count. Got it in, and referee Nick Patrick warning him. Look at this, Pritchard fire back. Pritchard now has the Superstar in possible trouble. Ooh, man, like hitting a redwood tree.
That's what I'm telling you about that extra poundage, Gordon. I'm telling you about extra poundage. I'm an authority on extra poundage. You know, the original Texas Outlaws, Murdoch and Rhodes, 330 pounds. You knew us back then. You knew when we rolled. There's still how all the people knew it. We both went our separate ways. We both done good. I'm sitting here the finest commentator in the world today. That's even including Cosell. Man, I'm sitting here watching the finest professional in the world, professional wrestling.
Well, I knew, of course, you're going to keep traveling.
You doggone right, I got to. Got people hot on my tail. I got to keep going.
All right.
Somebody's got a draft card. They want me to re-up the Marine Corps. I told them my service number 201-9391. Private H.R. Murdoch Jr., but they won't be back in.
It is Pritchard in trouble now as the Super D catches him once again, and Super Destroyer came down with a knee that time. Pritchard was fast enough to roll to one side. Pritchard catches him at the belt line coming in and gets his one on the jaw. Quick tag now to Randy Barber. Ooh, brothers, Barber came in. Didn't have it together. The Super Destroyer showed where the mental gymnastics are just as important, because he was ahead of him on that step and ahead of him once again. Barber driven back to the canvas, and it is Barber in a lot of trouble here, and the tag is made. You notice the cool precision and professionalism between the Superstar and the Super Destroyer. A dangerous tag team combination, and since those national tag team championship belts have been held up, these two certainly have to be rated as prime contenders.
You know, Gordon, if you'll watch these two men match, neither one of them stay on the ring very long. They quick tag, they're in, they never let either one get too tired. It's too much. Oh, beautiful suplex. Another suplex. But you look at them and they never get too much trouble. They always hang out. They keep a freshman in there. That is what constitutes a good team.
No question about that. We're seeing one of the finest in action right now. The Superstar caught him coming off the ropes, and there he goes. He's going for the Cobra hold, has the Cobra. And that's it. I have yet to see anybody get away from that Cobra. He's got him down on the canvas. And it is all over for Barber, I can assure you of that. The Superstar clamping down. This is a very dangerous hold, and may I advise you once again, those of you who are watching, don't ever try this hold because the pressure comes across the carotid artery. It stops the blood supply to the brain, and that causes almost instantaneous unconsciousness. It's extremely dangerous and should not be done. Leave it to the professionals, believe me.
La naturaleza es una fuente de infinita maravilla. Así como cambia el contorno de las montañas y el curso de los ríos que corren hacia el mar, cambia también la naturaleza básica de los blue jeans. Sergio Valente siguió la corriente de agua clara para crear una nueva maravilla natural. Jeans lavados en piedras, para crear una suave y fresca apariencia. Jeans Sergio Valente, lavados en piedras, es la selección natural.
¿Novia tuya?
Ay, estás celosa, mi currutuntún, ¿no? ¿Y por qué te celosa mi currutuntún, eh? ¿Por qué te
Carmen, la que contaba 16 años, la película del momento, la película de la que todos hablan, ahora cumpliendo 17 semanas de éxito incomparable en Hoboken Cinemas, calle Primera y Hudson en Hoboken, New Jersey, y en el Fabian Theater 45 de la calle Church en Patterson, New Jersey. No deje de ver a Carmen.
La pobreza es silenciosa. ¿O es que somos sordos a la injusticia? Levantemos unidos nuestra voz para que se haga justicia en favor de todas las víctimas de la pobreza. Si quieres paz, lucha por la justicia. Campaña para el Desarrollo Humano de la Conferencia Católica de los Estados Unidos.
Hoy, lunes santo, estamos en la Semana Santa. Tú, en esta vida, tienes algo muy importante para poder vivir, que es la esperanza. Pero tantos golpetazos que pasamos en la vida, cuántos marginados me están oyendo, pobrecitos que no tienen nada, y cuántos ricos a veces que espiritualmente sufren tanto. Pues mira, en esta Semana Santa tienes la esperanza más grande en ese Cristo que va a morir por ti el Viernes Santo.
I have asked Kevin Sullivan to join us here at ringside immediately preceding his match. I have a single question for Mr. Sullivan. Only 4 days remaining on Dusty Rhodes.
You don't have to remind me about the 4 days. I know. I've counted them down. Let me tell you this. I've never been scared a day in my life. Okay, I don't know how he did it. There was a bounty on his head. He put a mask on. He lasted. I know what he's intended to do. 4 days left. I'm not scared. I don't want anybody to believe that I'm scared, because in my heart, I know when he comes back, one-on-one, someday, Rhodes, someday soon, it will be me and you, and someday someone's going to have to pay hell, and it ain't going to be me.
All right, the comments from a very irritated, a very agitated Kevin Sullivan, and I am not sure that they're even going to wait for introductions here, but in case they are, let's turn it over to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event, one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from Pampa, Texas, weighing in at 285 pounds, Cowboy Ron Bass. His opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, at 230 pounds, Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan moving out against Ron Bass. One fall, 20-minute time limit, and it's Bass with that broken hand, but he's using that cast rather effectively right now. Bass, of course, we've had quite a string of injuries. Buddy with Barry Windham coming back after a concussion. Now Mike Graham is out, injured by Roddy Piper. And Ron Bass, of course, with his broken hand.
That's right. It seems like wrestling has been getting completely out of hand here, Gordon. There's been so many injuries here. Ron Bass at least can function properly with this plaster cast on his hand. But then Barry Windham is out. Now Mike Graham is out. And right now it seems like Kevin Sullivan is in a lot of trouble. You know, when you had Kevin over here for the interview, it sounds like he is awfully worried that Dusty Rhodes, 4 more days, Dusty Rhodes can come back and face him man-on-man. And his contention is right now from Kevin Sullivan that Dusty's hiding behind a mask, but Dusty is the kind of man that does not have to hide from anyone, Gordon.
Well, that's a matter of fact. Barry Windham, of course, back in action at 110%. And it is Ron Bass. And, of course, it's not unusual in the Super Bowl and any pro football game. You're going to find one of the players with a cast on somewhere. And Bass is no exception to the rule here tonight in this wrestling match against Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan, of course, out of Boston, Massachusetts. Bass out of Pampas, Texas.
Well, you know, with a cast on your wrist or on an ankle or something like that, the cast does give you almost absolute protection. In fact, sometimes the cast can even be used as a weapon. It's rock hard. It's very solid. You can, if you beat a man upside the head with a cast, I think the head will give in before the cast does. So it gives you good protection on there. And look, right now, Ron Bass does have Kevin in a lot of pain, a lot of trouble right now.
As a single armbar now on Kevin Sullivan as they go across to the far side of the ring. We are located, by the way, directly at ringside. And our cameramen, of course, we've been on an elongated tour around the country, pausing here in the great cigar city at Bass, taking a lot of punishment to the side of the head, the flat of the foot of Kevin Sullivan. Flashed out repeatedly to the side of the head and ear of Ron Bass. Sullivan. What? As he came off the ropes, it was Bass, connecting very solidly. And I would say that Bass is staying a bit ahead of Sullivan in this match so far.
Well, if this was going to be judged on points, Gordon certainly would be Ron Bass. But let's not ever underestimate Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan is very wily and tricky. But right now, it's absolutely Ron Bass has the upper hand. If Ron don't turn his back on him, he stays right on top of him. He's got Kevin on the run right now. The crowd's going wild now.
Bass catching him with a good forearm to the side of the head. Sullivan misses with a hard right hand. And you can hear the appreciation of the crowd here. And it is a jam-packed crowd of over thousands and thousands of people here in the building. And it is Kevin Sullivan directly over our broadcast table. And Bass brings him up. There's that power. Wait a second. Angelo Mosca just hit the ring. Mosca just hit the ring. The referee calls for the bell. Bass using that cast very effectively. And Mosca ducking away from Bass. Bass is trying to get him cornered. And it moved.
There's Kevin with a chair in the ring. They're going wild. They're going to need some help here. Something's going to happen.
It is Kevin Sullivan smashing away with that chair on the cast in the hand of Cowboy Ron Bass, and they're trying to rip that cast off, and it is Bass driven outside the ring right next to our broadcast table. Bass down on the canvas, Bass rather down on the floor, and he has got to have re-injured that hand. There's no question about it. He's got to have re-injured that hand. He's being attended to right now, and it was Kevin Sullivan obviously disqualified for outside interference, and they are attending to Ron Bass, and we'll be back. We'll be back.
Estamos a bordo de un vuelo de American Airlines entre San Juan y Nueva York. Preguntamos a nuestros pasajeros si encontraron en American lo que buscaban.
Yo sí. El servicio y las atenciones hacen de mi viaje una agradable experiencia. Y la comida, riquísima.
¿Que sí qué? Estos jets son un super y la gente también. Cuando voy a visitar a abuelita, tiene que ser por América.
Estos pasajeros encontraron lo que buscaban en American Airlines.
En American tenemos lo que tú buscas.
Me voy de nuevo por American.
Una aventura llamada Menudo.
Véala a partir del viernes 1 de abril en los siguientes cines. Teatro Bronx Boulevard, 1030 Souther Boulevard en el Bronx. Delancey, 62 de la calle Delancey en Manhattan. Y el Coliseum, 5205 de la Cuarta Avenida en Brooklyn.
La semana es mejor por su canal 47, con mejores musicales y comedia.
Todos los lunes a las 8, Los Cacucómicos. Ría con los disparates y travesuras de estos inigualables cómicos. Y los martes a las 8, Tony Croato y tu pueblo. Un espacio lleno de folclore y colorido desde la Isla del Encanto. Los miércoles a las 8, Chucho Avellanet y sus invitados cantan y se divierten en el Show de Chucho.
Los jueves a las 8, Jueves de Gala. Cada semana, una nueva estrella de la canción.
Y los viernes a las 8, el Show de Menudo. Media hora con los 5 jóvenes que han cautivado a toda Latinoamérica. Seguido por En Casa de Juan Maywiwi y sus enredos matrimoniales.
Sí, la semana es mucho mejor por su canal 47. Con lo mejor.
Nos vemos en su casa.
Everyone has heard of the Midnight Rider. He is the masked wrestler from Diablo Canyon, Colorado, who captured the hearts of the public as no other wrestler has. On the evening of the 9th of February at the Convention Center in Miami, the Midnight Rider had a title match against the world champion, Ric Flair. He defeated Ric Flair for the world title, which is, Ric Flair has held the title for some time. Bob Geigel, the president of the NWA, was a special referee for that match. Afterwards, he went into the dressing room to congratulate the Midnight Rider, but he also had another mission. He told the Midnight Rider that the world champion could not be an unknown, and that he would have to reveal his identity if he wanted to keep the title. The Midnight Rider thought long and hard about it, and in the early hours of the morning, he told the president of the NWA that he would not reveal his identity, and he would give back the belt and give up the world title. Bob Geigel ordered the match stricken from the record. Ric Flair is still the world champion. The Midnight Rider gave us a statement telling us his feelings, and from what I have gotten from this statement, it sounds like we will not be hearing any more from the Midnight Rider. Why don't we listen to what he has to say?
For the last time. 60 days or so ago when I came to this environment of a promoter's office, and I sat down with CWF and signed to wrestle, the Midnight Rider knew that you couldn't let him catch me, you know. I mean, I was always on the run. And with your love and your help and your whole hearts that opened up for the Midnight Rider within these 60 days have made a man feel proud. And I love you for that. And I'll never forget you for that. And when I'm needed, I'll come again. And I'll ride again, because they'll never catch the Midnight Rider. The world's heavyweight title belonged to the Midnight Rider. The night of the mask, Ric Flair was pinned in the middle of the ring. And people have asked why the decision to keep your identity. Well, if you don't keep your identity, if you don't keep to your morals, or you don't keep to something that you put your head strong at in this life, then you ain't much of a man. And I said they'll never know the Midnight Rider's identity. So now I leave you. But in my heart, I'm a better man for knowing you and loving you. And the Midnight Rider will always ride, because I can't let him catch me. I can't let him catch the Midnight Rider. I say goodbye to all my little buckaroos.
¿Has caído en la cuenta que hoy es el lunes santo? ¿Que estamos comenzando la Semana Santa? Tú en tu vida ordinaria y normal, en tu trabajo y en cualquier parte, tienes fe humana. Es decir, que crees lo que te dice una persona seria. La hora, el modo de ir al negocio, el camino. Pues mira, aumenta tu fe religiosa en estos días y cree en ese que te va a salvar.
All right, is everyone in the game? Here we go.
Nuestra sociedad se ha convertido en una enorme sala de juego en que las cartas, la ruleta y los dados a veces son arreglados para favorecer a los pocos que tienen mucho a expensas de los muchos que tienen muy poco. Trabajemos unidos para que el juego sea limpio. Si quieres paz, lucha por la justicia. Campaña para el desarrollo humano de la Conferencia Católica de los Estados Unidos.
Piper in the ring now with Angelo Mosca, but Bill Alfonso. All right, Bill Alfonso is, as you can see, has just been explaining to me that Angelo Mosca has been suspended from television wrestling. Angelo Mosca and Kevin Sullivan have been suspended from television wrestling. For how long, I don't know. He said in view of their actions that took place just a few minutes ago that Mosca is suspended from wrestling on television. Roddy Piper continues to play his bagpipes in the center of the ring.
I don't know what's going on. There's got to be some type of conspiracy. They just brought me from wrestling on television.
That's right. He is suspended. Wait a second. Mosca and Barry Windham battling it out. Mosca and Barry Windham battling it out outside the ring, and Barry Windham. Whoa, wait a second.
Well, I tell you, there's a lot of excitement. They're battling right down the aisle, Gordon. They're going back towards the back of the building. They're all four fighting out on the floor now.
Well, you've got Roddy Piper out. Who gave a pile driver to him outside?
This is one of the most dangerous things. A pile driver on the floor, Gordon. This could cripple a man for life. This could put him completely out of action.
Piper now beating a hasty retreat from the ring, but we've got to have help for Charlie Cook. We've got to have help. Let's somebody bring, let's have some help for Charlie Cook, please. He was given a pile driver outside the ring on the floor by Roddy Piper. Piper, who has put Mike Graham out of action, and it certainly appears to me that he has put a tremendously gallant competitor, Charlie Cook, who is taking the place of Mike Graham, and it appears that he is down and out. Be careful, gentlemen, please. Be very careful. We've got a stretcher. We've got a stretcher. Be very careful. Neck injuries and spinal injuries here, buddy, are a crucial factor with that pile driver.
Gordon, when someone gets a pile driver, even in the ring, many states a pile driver is completely barred, outlawed from wrestling, even inside the ring where there is some padding and some cushion. However, on the floor, there is absolutely no give. It is solid. This can jam the vertebrae in your neck. This can permanently cripple a man. This can put a man out of action for good. It's quite obvious that Charlie Cook is severely injured. He's not moving a muscle. There's no motion coming from him at all. He's just laying there completely motionless. They have a stretcher down there to carry him back. This man's going to need a lot of medical help, I'm sure.
All right, Terry Allen down there now, Barry Windham, the referee, Bruce Tharp, Bill Alfonso, and they are beginning to render assistance to him. They do have a stretcher, and we'll be back just as quickly as we can.
Scheduled to join us now, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you saw him perhaps last Saturday night in Madison Square Garden, last Sunday afternoon, rather.
indeed a giant of a man. He in no way looked small in the six-man tag team matchup. He in no way looked small when he locked up with Andre the Giant in the six-man match. With me now, Big John Studd, who has indeed signed the contract.
That's right. I want you, Giant. I'm not satisfied. I showed the whole garden and the whole world that I'm the Giant of professional wrestling. But still, there's a little doubt, about that much doubt. So we're going to settle it. We're going to settle it by ourselves. And you're not going to have anybody to save you this time, Andre. Nobody's going to save you. John Studd still remembers that you're a thief. You stole our money. I still remember that you couldn't slam me. Not once, but twice, but 3 times you had an opportunity. I remember you like friends, you like fans, but you have to buy them. I don't have to buy anybody. I weigh 364 pounds of solid muscle. I've got a 38-inch waist and I got 23-inch biceps. I can pick up the moon, and I know I can pick you up, and I know, and I'm going to show the world that I'm going to slam you right through the ring. And I will also have that another $10,000, because I know how greedy you are and how much you want money, and I'm going to have more money to make sure you show up.
Big John Studd. Momentarily, ladies and gentlemen, our guest will be the World Wrestling Federation champion, Bob Backlund. Not too many people would want to be in your shoes, Bob Backlund. You take them one at a time, but in Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear, former World Wrestling Federation champion, he indeed has tasted the heights. He has worn the gold. Would like very much to do it again.
Yeah, Vince, I'd just like to take a little opportunity to thank all the fans out there for that great support. I really, really appreciate it. But like you said, you got to keep looking to the future. You can't look to that past. You got to take them all one at a time. And right now, Ivan Koloff is the next one on line. And boy, oh boy, he's going to be a tough one. He's in great condition. He's been training real hard, and he's held the WWF title before. And he, like you say, he knows what it's like, and he knows what it means to be the World Wrestling Federation champion. So I've got to get in there and give it 100%, just see who comes out the victorious.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Vince. I want to keep them kids doing those push-ups, too.
Indeed, Monday night, April 25, will be a date that I'm sure that Bob Backlund will remember. But maybe more importantly, that Monday night of the 25th of April would be a date our next guest will remember, should indeed he once again win the World Wrestling Federation Championship. With us now, Ivan Koloff.
April 25th. I cannot wait. You know, I didn't think this man had the fortitude, the guts to sign a contract against Koloff, knowing that before I had captured this title, the world title, away from a man that held it for several years, and the people said no one could take it away from him. But I did. Now this man I see gets up here, and he acknowledges the fact that I am in condition. But yet I can sense in his voice a little quiver. Is it because you are maybe a little scared of Koloff? A little scared of you losing your title? Or is it because you are very confident? I know, Bob Backlund, AAU champion before. I know you are a great bench presser. I know you're a strong man. I know you pride yourself in conditioning. But is that enough? You know, with a manager such as Fred Blassie, with the bag of tricks that he's got, and with the knowledge that I have, do you think I will stop at anything? The title will be mine again, Backlund.
Ivan Koloff, we thank you for your time. In a moment, ladies and gentlemen, one-on-one, the super battle indeed, the clash of the titans. Andre, a comment.
Finally, John Studd, you agreed to come by yourself in the ring. Finally, you want to show the people you're not that coward that you used to be. Finally, John Studd, you gotta know. I don't have to know that because I know who is the giant. But you gotta find it, who is the giant, and I want all the wrestling fans to find it, who is the giant. The last time you get your two friends with you, they save you. You say, my friends save me, but they don't save me. They save you. But now, John Studd, who is the real giant? We go to see it.
¿Es posible un niño con alas? Sí, Toby, la historia del precioso niño que se escapa de este mundo. Espere, muy pronto, el gran estreno norteamericano de Toby, con el cual abrirán las puertas dos nuevos y espaciosos y cómodos cines en todo el corazón de Broadway para el entretenimiento de la gran familia hispana de Nueva York. Sí, Toby, una película que jamás olvidará. Toby, en el corazón de Broadway, muy pronto.
Tony Croato y tu pueblo, todos los martes a las 8. Sí, la isla del encanto, sus costumbres, su folclore, sus bailes y su gente, en un programa lleno de sabor y colorido, animado por el popular Tony Croato. No deje de ver Tony Croato y tu pueblo, todos los martes a las 8 por su canal 47, con lo mejor.
Nos vemos en su casa.
Global Tag Team Championship match underway. One fall with a 1 hour time limit. Deep into this match now, Terry Allen and the Midnight Rider going up against the fabulous Kangaroos. The Kangaroos are the Global Tag Team Champions. And it is Terry Allen in the ring now with a side headlock on one of the Kangaroos. The Midnight Rider has just come out of the ring itself, having tagged up with Terry Allen. It has been a tough but a close-fought battle all the way, buddy.
Gordon, it's just been a fantastic match from the time the bell rang. It's too bad these wrestling fans are viewing now and haven't had a chance to see the entire match. There's just excitement in the air tonight. The Midnight Rider and Terry Allen are making a great, fantastic tag team. And I believe if anyone can ever unseat this team of the Global Champions, the Kangaroos here, this could possibly be the team. They are really, looks like they've been training together. The moves are coordinated together, and they are really working hard together.
Quarter Nelson now by Terry Allen, and you see the Midnight Rider trying to get over to complaining about something to the referee, but nonetheless, this is for the Global Tag Team Championship. One fall, a 1 hour time limit. And it was Allen a moment ago with a beautiful block. Forearm into the side of the rib cage now on Terry Allen. Allen from Virginia Beach, Virginia. The Midnight Rider from Diablo Canyon, Colorado. And, of course, the Kangaroos, the Global Tag Team Champions, at a combined weight of 468 pounds from Sydney, Australia. And it's Allen keeping that side headlock.
You know, Gordon, it's very seldom do you ever get a televised tag team title match like this, especially for the Global Tag Team title. But tonight, not only is there one title involved, there is a World's Heavyweight Championship match with Ric Flair going against Scott McGhee later on in the program. And I just hope that we have time to show parts of that match here tonight, because that's just going to be a fantastic match with Ric Flair against a man with Scott McGee's ability.
No question about that. It's going to be an outstanding match, and that is upcoming later on here this evening on Championship Wrestling. Referee Bill Alfonso down there checking with the Kangaroos, see if he wants to concede. Terry Allen keeping constant pressure now on the Kangaroos. And because of this match being one fall with a 1 hour time limit, there you see the Midnight Rider. If we do have to cut away to a commercial, should a pinfall or a submission over, beautiful drop kick by Allen. That's the Kangaroo down. Allen trying to go for it again. The Kangaroo was a step ahead of him that time.
Well, look at that backdrop there. That was the double teaming. But right now, here comes the Midnight Rider into the referee. Well, with the referee's back is turned, there they are. They're double teaming Terry Allen. They've got him in trouble now with a double body slam. That's a hard drop there on the back. This is where the referee cannot see everything.
His attention momentarily diverted, and Allen could be in trouble. Instead, of course, he is from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and he's trying to get over to make that tag now with the Midnight Rider. Should we have to cut away to a commercial break, a pinfall or submission hold should occur during that period of time. Our NWA camera crews will be videotaping, and we'll bring it back to you on instant replay.
Right now, it seems like the Kangaroos are doing their utmost to keep Terry Allen in their corner, where he doesn't have a chance to tag out the Midnight Rider. Well, there's Terry Allen fighting back, but not quite enough. He doesn't have his full faculties with him yet.
Backbreaker now on Allen. There goes the Midnight Rider after him, but the referee cuts him off at the pass. Meanwhile, double the punishment on Terry Allen. They've got him down.
It's just the strength and intestinal fortitude of Terry Allen. He's able to kick out from under that pin.
Indeed he is. We're going to have to cut away for just a minute for a commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment.
De venta en Macy's Van Burgers.
Ten mucho cuidado al cruzar las calles. Hazlo únicamente cuando las señales te lo permitan y siempre por las esquinas o por el sendero demarcado. Sigue este consejo si quieres llegar a viejo.
Recuerden, este pedido es para el bien de nuestro país querido.
Now neither team has been able to score a pinfall or a submission hold, and Terry Allen trying desperately to tag up with the Midnight Rider. One fall, 1 hour time limit, the Global Tag Team Championship on the line. And the Kangaroos have Allen back in their own corner again, buddy, and things are not looking good.
No, Gordon, they've had Terry Allen over there in their corner now, going on probably 3 or 4 minutes. He's punishing him, beating on his back, these constant body slams, which goes onto his spinal column, the nerves going up to his spinal cord, to his back, and the man is almost helpless now. And I think they're not about to let him get back to his corner to the Midnight Rider. If he can't make that tag, the Midnight Rider could possibly save the day for him, but right now it doesn't look very good for Terry Allen.
You can see from our camera on the floor an interesting angle there at Terry Allen. Trying desperately to get over and make that tag, but he's dazed, he's battered, he's bruised. You can see the hand of the Midnight Rider in the upper part of your screen reaching out, and you can see the intensity as you can almost feel the electricity here, how desperately he wants to make that tag. Allen, explosive and such a good high knee lift. Allen down, trying to reach up, makes the tag. The Midnight Rider moves back into the ring. And the Rider's exploding. The Kangaroos feeling the brunt of that elbow and the Midnight Rider.
Looks like the Midnight Rider has things well under control momentarily. Well, the Midnight Rider by himself there with 2 Kangaroos. Terry Allen about to come in to help.
It was Allen delivering a beautiful flying drop kick, and it is...
Well, look at that. We have new Global Tag Team Champions, Gordon. The Midnight Rider and Terry Allen are the new Tag Team Champions for the entire globe.
Let's see if we can't get him down here for an interview. We've got brand new Global Tag Team Champions, and the entire crowd here going berserk, going absolutely wild as the Midnight Rider and Terry Allen have defeated the Kangaroos for the Global Tag Team Championship. And brother, you talk about pandemonium breaking loose here. Thousands about Rider, let's see if we can't get him over here for just a moment. Terry Allen and the Rider. Congratulations, a fantastic match. Congratulations, an outstanding match. You've got the Global Tag Team Championship.
Sully, Terry, you know the situation I'm in. And when I'm in a situation like this, I know what to do. You know I can't keep this hand. But I know one thing. I'm going to give you the belt. He's going to have both belts. Because the Midnight Rider can't let him catch me. I can't let him catch me. Right here is the Global Tag Team Champion, Terry Allen.
Well, I'll tell you, I can't think of anything in the rules and regulations of the NWA or the global bylaws that says he can't do that. So I have to believe at this time in my mind that his action is correct, and the Midnight Rider passing has the right to pass that on to Terry Allen, which he has done. Terry Allen, the Global Tag Team Champions.
lucha llamada menudo.
Véala a partir del 1 de abril en los cines de Nueva Jersey. Summit, 1214 Summit Avenue en Union City. Cinema 1, 4334 Bergen Line Avenue en Union City. Hoboken, Hudson y calle Primera en Hoboken. Y en el Fabian, 45 de la calle Church en Patterson, Nueva Jersey. La semana es más emocionante por su canal 47, con las mejores series de acción.
Los martes a las 11:30 de la noche, el varón resuelve los casos más difíciles.
Y los miércoles, también a las 11:30, un grupo de profesionales enfrentan redes de intriga y espionaje. Ellos son los colaboradores.
Y los jueves a las 11:30, peligro, acción y aventura con Jason King.
Sí, la semana es más emocionante por su canal 47, con lo mejor.
Nos vemos en su casa.
Es solo un catarro, aunque debes cuidarte de él. Cuidar tu salud es prevenir las enfermedades con la higiene y con las vacunas. Cuida también tu salud, evitando los accidentes.
Recuerden, este pedido es para el bien de nuestro país querido.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a National Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight title match. One fall with a 1-hour time limit. Introducing first the challenger from Scotland, weighing in at 220 and 3/4 pounds, Scott McGee. His opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 242 pounds, the heavyweight wrestling champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
The NWA World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion Ric Flair. Another one of those $5,000 robes that he wears into the ring. Now displaying the 10 pounds of solid gold, the golden diamond encrusted NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt. Ric Flair, who has proven to be an outstanding champion, no question about this, going up against a very, very, very fine competitor from Scotland, a second-generation competitor, Scotty McGee. I'll tell you what, Scott McGee, buddy, has to be the sentimental favorite tonight. The fans are solidly behind him. He doesn't have the experience of a Ric Flair. He has not had the kind of pressure that Ric Flair has had to take over the last year. But he has got that youthful impetuosity. He's got that great sense of fair play and tremendous drive. It ought to be one heck of a match.
Well, Gordon, it certainly will be. Scott McGee absolutely is a fantastic wrestler. He's proven that time and time again. He's held the Global Tag Team Championship. He has held many local and regional titles in his illustrious career in professional wrestling. Right now, he is going against a very fine world champion wrestler. But the world champion does have a very tough, rugged schedule. If he has an off night, a man like Scott McGee could very easily dethrone Ric Flair and take that gold-encrusted belt, that solid gold belt, for his very own. Right now, Scott McGee does have the determination, the youthfulness, and the speed, and he is in fantastic condition. He's a man that gets last all night.
And by the way, let me comment to what Buddy just said. High waist of takedown by the champion. Champion tried to post the arm in McGee very quickly. Escapes cut off a good shoulder smash drive the champion to the canvas. McGee up and over his man, that time leapfrog by the champion. And it was McGee catching the champion that time. Across the side of the head. Beautiful move by McGee, has the champion in trouble.
Right now, McGee just has to stay right on it, don't let up.
Might point out that in the event that this match does not come to a conclusion before the end of our program, that we will try and bring you the balance of the match next week. here on Championship Wrestling. But, of course, this match could end in the next 15 seconds, or it could be another 55 minutes.
Well, Gordon, I've seen World Championship matches over in less than a minute. I've seen World Championship matches go on an hour for the entire time limit. So there's no telling in a title match like this. Ric Flair has so much to lose. Besides the title, it's his, right now, it's his personality. The world's title means so much to Ric Flair that the money is sometimes the secondary object to him. It's the honor and the prestige of claiming to be world champion. Ric Flair would do anything to prevent losing this. But on the other hand, Scott McGhee, with his youthfulness, determination, and his vigor, he will do likewise anything to gain that title.
It is Scotty McGhee now with the variation of side force lock, and now it is a good reversal, and it is Flair. Upended to the canvas, and a good hip lock takedown again, but Flair tries to roll McGhee into a pinning combination.
You can see that Scott McGhee has some very powerful arms there. He keeps pushing and putting that pressure on Ric Flair's head, trying to wear him down. As I said before, if you can control a man's head, you control his body, and keep that head down. Just keep the pressure on the head. Keep twisting the head, putting the pressure on that spinal cord, on the vertebrae in the back of the neck there.
He's got that European form of a cravat on the champion now, and of course, this is something that even though he is the world champion, Ric Flair has got some areas where Scott McGhee has an advantage on him. The fact that being born and raised in Scotland, a lot of things he has learned over there in the European style of wrestling that Flair has not known as long as Scott McGhee has. And a match of this kind of international flavor, certainly anything could and possibly will happen.
Well, Scott McGhee has traveled around the world, and he's learned quite a bit from wrestling in Pakistan, India, Australia, Japan, and all. And you can tell right here from sitting where I'm at that the world's champion has a great deal of pain.
Into the ring ropes. Now referee Bill Alfonso calling for the break. And Scott McGhee, and it is Flair with a quick back out. And Flair agitating McGhee and got McGee's temper going. And Buddy, having been in the ring for many years yourself, that generally is the worst mistake you can make, is to lose your temper.
That's right. During my wrestling career, many times I would deliberately try to get my opponent mad and make them lose their temper. When they get mad, lose their temper, they don't think straight. When you don't think straight, you make mistakes. You make mistakes, you lose the match. And sometimes a youngster like Scott McGhee will lose his temper, which is a very bad mistake. But it seems like he has regained his coolness now, and he has the match under control again.
As the side headlock now in the World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair in the blue trunks. Keeping a side headlock on him, referee Bill Alfonso moving around. Alfonso, an outstanding official, by the way. He is licensed and certified in full contact karate, boxing, and, of course, in wrestling. He prefers wrestling, as he says. He has a profound respect for these masters of the game of human chess. And he is a good, firm, fair-minded, tough official.
Well, Gordon, it seems like Scott McGhee not only has a headlock, he has the arm bar there where he's able to put even more pressure on the man's head, which even makes it a little more difficult for Ric Flair to get out of that hole. And he's putting all of his body weight right on top of the champion, which even more wears him down, makes him lose his wind, his endurance. Just keep your weight on top of a man. Pretty soon, if they run out of gas, they run out of wind, then they're in a lot of trouble.
Flair's face beginning to redden considerably, and which means he's having some problems breathing now. And so Scott McGhee may be figuring that he's a few years a junior to Flair, and that he may have a little more stamina, a little more go power, a little more speed. Maybe he figures if he gets him, cuts enough air supply down, that lactic acid isn't going to burn off as rapidly, and pretty soon physical fatigue starts to set in.
Well, Scott McGhee is wrestling a very well-planned match right now, very scientific. Everything he does, he's going back for the man's head. Right now, it wouldn't surprise me if whatever comes up, that Scott McGhee will try some way to get into Ric Flair's head again, a side headlock, a reverse hammerlock, anything. He's got him in a headlock again, just like I figured.
Flair that time drove one into the midsection and then a chop across the throat. And Scott McGhee hurtled from the ring. And look at the way this man powered back into the ring. Brother, you talk about a reverse catapult. McGhee was out and in a flash.
Well, this shows the conditioning and training that Scott McGhee has put into it. Scott McGhee is really up for this match. He's trained long and hard, many hours for this. Right now, he's in one of the peak conditions of his career.
And brother, look at the ice-cold intensity in the eyes of Scott McGee and Flair. If he didn't think so before, has to believe right now that he's in a battle for his life out here.
Well, I don't believe that Ric Flair underestimated Scott McGee. I believe Ric Flair knew that he was going to be in for a battle. He's had films of Scott McGee, and he was ready for it. Look at this high backdrop there. Scott McGee is fantastic drop kick.
Airborne again by Scott McGee, and McGee now with a hip lock takedown, and Flair tried to turn that to his own advantage. Scott McGee now with a side force headlock, and now, as Flair tried to fire him off, McGee brought him to his knees. And again, Flair blocks. Beautiful moves by Scott McGee. He is ahead of the champion. He is thinking ahead of the champion.
Well, it seems like right now that perhaps the champion is running out of a little wind. His breathing has slowed down. Scott McGee keeps putting that pressure on the headlock, in which it cuts down the breathing. You put that pressure on the head and the neck. The breathing slows down. You can't think as fast. Earlier, when he went to throw Scott McGee out, he was able to get him off. Right now, Scott McGee, with his tenacity, is able to hang on there and keep putting the pressure on.
Scott McGee now with that side force headlock, and the referee, Bill Alfonso, checking carefully, watching the champion.
The champion right now is trying to find some way of countering this move, some way of getting out of this side headlock and coming back on top. I'm sure he's sitting there, he's in there trying to think the best way he can. Because, like I said before, for every move there is a counter. But once you counter it, there's always a counter for the counter.
Good side shoulder by McGee, and that time the champion was ready. McGee caught that time by the champion. Now McGee rolls to one side. Champion driving an elbow down, and now a hip lock takedown by Scott McGee. Champion looked like he had the trunks that time, and
well, there's Scott McGee still putting the pressure on the head, but over here on my side looks like the champion's legs are outside the ring.
what was the first thing you'd notice about an opponent if he began to tire or if he began to get short of breath? What would you notice first about the weakening of his condition?
Well, you could just feel from the tenseness of his body, his strength is giving out. He doesn't come back, he doesn't move as fast. Right now, you can look at the champion. He's moving very slowly. He's tired, he's worn out. Even though he has his opponent in trouble, the champion is not 100% himself right now. Oh, this side blue play here. This is a devastating hold. I've seen matches won with this hold.
I'll tell you what, they've been going after it hammer and tong, and it is Scott McGee. Now, beautiful counter by McGee. McGee countered very nicely as the champion tried to set him up. McGee hooked the leg in behind him. And now it's McGee reversing the situation on the champion.
It looked like the champion was in a lot of trouble, and you see the agony on his face. This could be it, Gordon.
Champion able to power out before, and wait a minute, the champion backing out of the ring. Gotta hand it to him, you gotta hand it to him. He felt the momentum changing, and
well, he knew he was in trouble. He knew it was time to get out of the ring and perhaps take an 8 or a 9 count to try and regain his faculties, get his wind back. But you know, Gordon, is just fantastic. We've already seen one tag team title change hands, like the global tag team title was lost by the Kangaroos. It's very possible here the same night that Ric Flair could lose his World Heavyweight Championship.
So things are certainly looking up right now for Scott McGee. They've been going at it now for around 11 to 12 minutes, and that's about as much actual body contact. That's very close to as much body contact as you'd have in an entire pro football game. And there have been no timeouts here. The champion did break the momentum at one point. Now the champion, a bit of psychological warfare on McGee. McGee keeps circling his man. And good psychology on McGee's part. He's showing that he's still fresh. He's still got plenty of energy. The champion luring him in now. And let's see what occurs. Champion got McGee slightly off guard. Caught him with a shoulder coming in. Now the bull arm drag and twist on Scott McGee. And our time is rapidly running out on this hour. As I said, of course, we'll bring you as much as we can next week. If this match is not reached a conclusion by by the time that our hour of championship wrestling is up. And Brother, the champion now, exploding with everything that he's got on Scott McGee. And McGee fires back. And McGee has him in trouble.